The first use case you think about blockchain is payments, right? So that's the first thing you want to do, is show that you can secure a payment mechanism just like Visa, MasterCard, but much more secure, without middlemen, take away the fees, offers economies of scale. So the more people use it, the cheaper it gets. The way we view the future of value in the long term, 3 to 5 to 10 years, we view layer 1 blockchains will essentially become like the new republics. These will be the new mechanisms where all the value is going to proliferate to. In the future, there'll be the layer 1 blockchain, there will be the mining market, there'll be the dApps, and there'll be tokens. So the lower you get in the stack, the lower risk you have, but the lower rewards. The highest risk reward will be on the layer 1 blockchain, because that's where all the value will flow up. But it's highest value, highest risk. We view layer 1 blockchains, which is Bitcoin, Syscoin, Ethereum, as court systems. They need to be combative to the external forces that we don't control, even in the software world. In the real world, like inflation, hyperinflation, wars, these systems need to be secure from that. And this is why we view Bitcoin as the gold standard for security and decentralization. What else does the world need? What else does the world cherish when you have something like Bitcoin? How can we extend that to something else where we can take advantage to build real world utility? This is where Ethereum comes in. For me, Ethereum is a gold standard for flexibility or general.
Oh shit, I cut the commercial short by accident. Whatever, fuck it. I'm here. Syscoin, you saw the commercial, you've seen it 100 times. Make sure y'all get in tune with Syscoin. I don't got my hat on. I'm slipping this morning. My bad, y'all. I'm gonna get it together. As you know, Syscoin is a sponsor on this channel. Hold on, I gotta turn. Hold on. There we go. All right. I'm so sorry, y'all. We're gonna get it together. As you know, Syscoin is a sponsor on this channel. Shout out to Syscoin. I'm gonna be talking about crypto tonight on Twitter Spaces, so make sure y'all tune in for that. That's gonna be a lot of fun, as always. Yeah, it's way too early for me, Freak Mac. Way too early. So with that being said, let's just hop right into today's presentation, man. Griftception. Uncle Hotep's gonna explain what Griftception is. Let's do it.
And I was like, I should do a Griftception. I was talking to Hotep Jesus. Do a Griftception. Griftception, I think let's call it a Griftception. Let's cover Amazing Lucas covering Mike Rashid's video. And Hotep Jesus promised, if I do it, then he's going to do a video covering me, covering Amazing Lucas, covering Mike Rashid. So it's going to be a Griftception. You know what I mean? We just go around the world, cover their fight video, cover it.
So this is the Griftception. This is Griftception 1. This is a new series coming from me, Uncle Hotep, on our respective channels. I only watched like maybe a few minutes of this last night. Uncle Hotep made the video private on YouTube. I thought he maybe, Amazing Lucas threatened his life or something. And he took it down. I don't know what happened. He says he's going to put it back up. I found a backup on BitChute. So we're rocking with the BitChute for right now. I have no idea what to expect from this video. All I know is that apparently Mike Rashid was called a Sambo by Amazing Lucas. So let's get into it.
In somebody's video. I watch Amazing Lucas content, occasionally when I have time, where I see when I see it. He has disagreement days. He has people call in, they disagree with his premise for the show, and they'll go back and forth and whatnot. He's cool. You know what I mean? A lot of people say, he shifted.
He's right. Amazing Lucas is cool. I like Amazing Lucas. I don't know. I haven't kept up with him in the past few years and his YouTube channel. Been very, very busy. I haven't been able to keep up with a lot of people. I'm trying to support Men of Order people. I'm trying to support Hotep people. So I haven't really been able to check out other content creators. I met Amazing Lucas. We had an amazing conversation. I thought he's a really cool dude. So, yeah.
From the early, MAGA days. You know what I mean? I don't know. He certainly has a more pro-black content these days. You know what I mean? But hey, I mean, was there nothing wrong with that, right?
No.
But let's see how many people in there. 40. Let's start the show. Hotep Tiger, thank you for the show. Yeah, sorry about Jabari. What up, Jabari? Jabari, FBA Elijah making Lucas Muhammad. Let's get to it. Let's get to it.
Shout out to Jabari. Oh, this is hilarious.
Wife. Does he have a wife?
See, this is why I don't put my loved ones on the internet, because cats do shit like this. I don't put my loved ones on the internet because cats do shit like this. Why are we looking for his wife? I can't lie. I've done this during Hotep's been told you before, though. I definitely looked to see if somebody had a white wife. So I'm guilty of this, too.
Does he have a wife?
Yeah, he going to wear that Don DeMarco button out. He gonna need a new sound pad soon.
Is that his wife?
That's not his wife. Mike is not married.
Is he married?
No, he's not. I do believe Mike is single.
Like, I'll just pause this here. I don't know what's, I don't want a black man and needing, a certain type of woman for their validation, But he's going to make a point about this. I did watch the first couple minutes of this clip. I'll let it play out.
I can only imagine.
I can confirm Mike dates black chicks. I'm not saying he doesn't date white girls, but he definitely dates black chicks. I know. I hung out with him. I seen it.
This type of rhetoric, as I've always said, you will very rarely, I'm going to say never. Honestly, I'm going to say never. You're never going to find someone using this rhetoric with a black woman. I'm going to say never. I know you're not supposed to use absolutes. I'm going to say never. I'm
going to pause it right there. I don't think that's a white woman. That nose on that white woman looks, I think that's Middle Eastern. That's a Middle Eastern phenotype. That's a Middle Eastern nose. I don't know if she's Palestinian or Syrian, or I don't know what she is. But I don't think that's a full Caucasian woman. That's a desert white woman.
never going to find this type of rhetoric from a black man married or in a relationship with a black woman. It's not going to happen.
Do y'all think that's true? Now, I know you haven't heard the quote unquote rhetoric.
It's
right?
true. It's true. I believe that's true. He's right.
But I guess y'all can imagine.
Amazing Lucas is right. He's just not right as far as it's concerned with Mike Rashid, but he's right. You know, people who usually disparage black people, you're not going to see them with black women.
What the rhetoric's going to be. But do y'all really think that's true?
Yes, Uncle Hotep.
I don't know. I just remember my dad had a buddy named Horsey, James Horsey. Rest in peace, James Horsey. Lived out in Coatesville, Pennsylvania. Some of you might know what Coatesville, Pennsylvania is about. It's like the only city in Chester County. It does have a sizable black population. It's probably maybe close to majority black. It's probably like, 40, maybe 50%. It's not like overbearingly, over. I don't think it's too much over that, but there's a lot of shines in Coatesville, Pennsylvania. He grew up in Coatesville all his life. James lived there all his life. Anytime, and sometimes it had some problems. It's a steel mill town, so when the steel mill stopped hiring as much, a lot of things went downhill in Coatesville. CR says 5704 says I live right next to Coatesville, Pennsylvania. Now I always remember, like, we asked James, CCP is 75%. Coach, I'm gonna tell you, I don't know what the hell you're talking about. Anyway, like, I don't know the numbers. Somebody look up the numbers. I would say 40, 45 maybe. Always ask James, what's up with Coachville? And there was a shooting Coachville last night. What's wrong with Coachville, man? James like, them niggas is wrong. What's wrong with them? Right? James had black wife, black kids. You know what I mean? I don't know. I mean, it depends it depends who you're around. You know what I mean? Like, people on the internet, probably not. Old heads, I don't know about that. Let's continue.
Do I like black people more than white people? I don't think so.
I don't think so. That's deep, bro. That's deep. Let's continue on.
I don't like nobody.
I don't know, y'all. I'm gonna have to go with Mike Rashid on this one. I'm gonna have to go with Mike Rashid on that short clip. Do I like black people more than white people? I don't know.
Like, I like myself.
You don't like nobody? Now he doesn't like anybody. You don't like anybody? This man is lost. He doesn't like anybody?
I'm with Mike. I don't like nobody. I like my peoples. I like my Hoteps. I like my family. I like my friends. I don't know about the rest of y'all motherfuckers.
I mean, some people are antisocial. I'm not trying to throw Mike some bail here, but some people are really antisocial. They don't like anybody. You know, they're really solo people. You know what I'm saying? Now, does he like black people more than white people? I mean, what kind of fucking question is that? You know, like you should judge the person how they are. You know what I mean?
Look at Amazing
I will
Lucas'
say,
face.
depending how you grew up is going to dictate whether you have white friends, black friends, majority black friends. I got a cousin. I might be the only black person he hang around. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just serious. I'm just saying. He's still my cousin, but, you know, as for me, you know, I mean, the only white people I've been around is at Hotep Con. Chad, you know, I had a white friend, Tommy, and that was it, man. You know, the town I grew up, we didn't, you know, if you, I just remember, I'll tell the story. I think I was in the Air Force.
Uncle Hotep got 101 stories for your ass.
This is when I was in the reserves, and this one white guy was talking, and he was just talking about, they went on some, I don't know if they went on TDY or something like that. He was talking about the mess hall or some shit like that. And he was talking about like how each group of people just basically hung with each other. And then when I was a CO in jail, it's the same thing. The guy was saying black people's eating black people, white people's white people, and Asian was eating with the Asians and shit like that. That's usually how it is. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it is what it is. But I mean, maybe he's antisocial. I don't know.
Like my family, my friends. And on the collective, I don't think I care, because if you think about it.
On a collective, he doesn't care. This right here, I see him as an enemy. This is Sambo mentality. This is Sambo mentality. On a collective, you don't like anybody and you don't think it cares? Then how are we supposed to build as a collective, right? No other group of people think like this. And guess what? As black Americans, I don't know where he's from. I don't know if he is black American. We don't get the luxury to even have that opportunity. Because we are unlike anyone else here. And our history with this country, even to this day, is very much divisive.
Oh, he sound like Tariq Nasheed.
Very much.
Let's say my lineage is.
Woo. I think he's making the point that, if you're not, he's basically saying if you're not with us, you're against us. You know what I mean? What is it, Anakin and shit?
There's a time in my life
I don't know. I mean, is he an enemy? Like, you don't have to, everybody has, like, it's one thing to be like, yo, I ain't fucking with y'all. You know what I mean? I'm gonna do my own thing. There's another thing to say, I ain't fucking with y'all, but I'm gonna stand in your way. If he's not standing in our way, I don't know if you can call him an enemy or anything like that. He just, like, he don't fuck with you. He don't fuck with us or whatever. He only fuck with certain people. I don't know. I mean,
there's a point in my life I would have definitely been in total alignment with Amazing Lucas. I'm just not that person anymore.
I don't know. You have to dig into Mike's childhood and how he became that way. I don't. I'm trying to figure out why. You know what I mean? Got a little mic reverb. Sorry. I gotta figure out how to fix that. I might be. Hold on. Let me turn it down a little bit. I don't know. But I mean, enemy is like strong terms. You know what I mean? Like, if he's not in our way or in people's way,
right?
I don't see what the problem is here.
Right.
I don't. Let's continue.
Through slavery.
Let's say my lineage is through slavery. Okay, let's hear him Sambo-splain this. Let's hear him Sambo-splain this.
Them white folks didn't do it on their own.
What about social conditions?
Then white folks didn't do it on their own. Our people, and I'm assuming he's one of us, lost. This is what happens when you don't have any knowledge of self. This is what happens when you have no knowledge of self.
Look at Lucas with the knowledge of self drop.
Amazing Lucas done went extreme Hotep. It's levels to Hotep. He's done went extreme levels of Hotep. I'm proud of Amazing Lucas. I like this for him. I don't agree with him, but I like this for him. Jabari Judah. I can't help but not like Amazing Lucas. I think maybe because I met him and I thought he's a real cool dude. But Jabari said, I wish Trump had won so Lucas would have been working at Fox Nation, Newsmax, or ON instead of becoming a dollar store Tariq Nasheed. Chad Lemoyne, man, I can't keep up with all the grift expansion packs. I'm lost. Lucas is on this now. He's drifting into the grift wind. Jabari Judah, hey HJ, why do light-skinned blacks go so hard for their blackness? We get it. You have to prove you're black as the darkest black man. He's just jealous of Mike Rashid's melanin complexion. Yo, there's something to be said about that. Light-skinned people be the most pro-black. I ain't even gonna hold you.
I haven't heard knowledge of self since 89.
Ain't that like a Nas song? Knowledge of self?
Oh, Lord have mercy. Jabari, straight cap. Lucas just started messing with black women in December 2020. I don't know that, but hey, I'm late to the party. Staff Colonel Lucas is conflating Mike Rashid with Officer Tatum.
None. Do you think he's done any reading?
I do.
Never judge a book by its cover, Amazing Lucas.
I do. I know Mike Rashid reads.
Let's continue.
But what Mike, I don't know what point Mike was saying with that. Like, I guess he's trying to infer that
it was African slave traders.
blacks helped enslave other blacks.
Yeah.
I guess.
The homie tribe.
But I mean, that doesn't. I don't know that. I don't know what that has to do with anything. To be honest, like I don't know where Mike was coming with that. All I know is, Ed Asante, I tell you all the time, follow Ed Asante on Twitter. He's an immigrant from Ghana. He said all the time, we sold you. That's what that came out his mouth. Not we. His ancestors. We sold.
Coastal
slaves,
Africa.
Like that. I just don't know where Mike was going with that. Like whether
I think we gotta.
they had help or not. That doesn't mean anything. I don't know what does that mean.
Let's.
Conditions, though. Black people are not benevolent by nature.
Yeah.
Black people are not benevolent by nature? What? He said malevolent, right? Please tell me I heard malevolent and not benevolent.
No, he said benevolent.
Please, maybe that's me. Maybe that's just me. Hold on, let me listen. Maybe I heard it. Maybe that's my fault. Maybe that's my fault.
He said
Let me listen
benevolent.
again.
Put on their own. What about social conditions, though? Black people are not benevolent by nature.
He said are not benevolent. He said benevolent.
Yeah. What's wrong with that?
Whose man is this? Whose man is this? Black people are not benevolent by nature? I try to give him the benefit of the doubt. Oh my Lord.
I want to hear the counter argument. He's like, at this point, Amazing Lucas is reacting to Mike, but he's not giving a counterpoint, argument, evidence, anything.
I don't know, man. Mike would have put his shoes on with that one, man.
I don't
I
know.
hear a little tap tap with that one. I don't know, man. Like maybe the black people has always been around, or something like that. Maybe that's what he's like. Because when you live your life, you take from your own personal experiences. So maybe in his personal experiences, the black people around him weren't benevolent, but I can't agree with that. That's
What? Cooning
I've
right
seen
now.
black people be too benevolent. And I've seen some black people be some dickheads. You know what I mean?
Well, you making that point. We gotta get Uncle Dictionary so he know these words.
I don't
mean.
know. I don't know where Mike was going.
I know where Mike is going. He's saying nobody on this planet is born pure good. We are born with goodness and we are born with evil. And black people are not naturally benevolent. We can't sit up here and act like black folks have a monopoly on goodness. This is a history we like to purport. And I'm a student of Shaka Akmos. I'm an honorary member of the Nile Valley movement. And we will tell you about the history of the Black Egyptians. You cannot say these people were completely benevolent people. They weren't. These were some flashy Negroes.
That's
what you said, Lauren.
right there.
That's not tap dancing.
Honestly, I'm sorry. The more I hear, the more I'm starting to think Dr. Umar is right, bruh. I tried to explain away. I was like, listen, listen, Dr. Umar, it has nothing to do with her. It has nothing to do with her, Umar. Dr. Umar, listen to me.
I beg your pardon.
Dr. Umar has nothing to do with her, Dr. Umar.
I beg your pardon.
Dr. Umar, it has nothing to do with her. It has don't blame her for his sins. It has nothing to do with her.
I beg your pardon.
This is why we stay enslaved. This is why we stay enslaved, y'all. Because of the black-white divide. The black-white divide has been... You got to remember, when Great Britain, when the Roman Catholic Church started their Inquisition, when colonialism was taking place, it wasn't like masses of people volunteered to fight these wars and create these invasions. No, they had conscription. They drafted people. You were forced into these wars. There's always been an upper class. In some places there was a middle class, and then there was a lower class, and the lower class was conscripted. or raised to be a part of an army. This whole idea of race is a ruse purported by the money men. If you read the Patriot Report, Unmasking Conspiracy of Money and War, you know about this.
Listen to me, Dr. Umar. Listen to me. Hold up now. Listen to me.
Hold on. Let me read these super chats. Jabari Judy said, Dr. Jihad, Amazing Lucas, Muhammad Bey, X now. Jabari Judah, Lucas sound like a pro-black Karen. Oh, man.
Y'all thought I was bad on the soundboard?
Y'all are terrible.
Y'all thought I was bad on the soundboard.
Y'all are terrible.
Y'all try to get on me for the soundboard?
You and Amazing Lucas abuse the soundboard, Unc. Y'all abuse it. Should have never gave you a soundboard, dog.
Has nothing to do with her. That's not fair. You can't blame
I beg your pardon.
You can't blame her for his Sambo nature. You can't do
I
that.
beg your pardon.
You can listen. There are good white women out there.
I beg your pardon.
Dr. Umar, listen to me. There are good white women
I beg your pardon.
Let me speak, Dr. Umar. There are good white.
This is good business.
Yeah, we got to revoke his
I
soundboard.
had to grift off a little bit.
women out there, and they can very much be pro-black. They can be for as far
I
as
beg your pardon.
they can be for the empowerment of black people as a whole. Okay, you have to hear me
I
out.
beg your pardon.
You can beg my pardon all you want. You have to hear me
I
out.
beg your pardon.
Nature. Yeah. Black people are animals like white people are animals.
I know I didn't hear what I thought hurt. I know I didn't hear what I thought hurt.
Black people are not benevolent by nature. Yeah. Black people are animals like white people are animals. You know what I'm saying?
And you have another black man co-signing this? There's another black man saying, yeah.
I mean, come on, Lucas. Like human beings are animals.
Yeah.
You know, we're at the end of the day, we're animals. Apex predator, whatever you want to call us.
Right.
You know, so maybe Mike is getting to somebody put in the chat, you know, it's humans are not benevolent or malevolent by nature. It's mostly nurture. Maybe he's getting to the point where the nurture thing is. Like I said, I haven't watched this. Mateo said this is dumb. Mateo, where's my eggs at, Mateo? Where my eggs at?
I have no idea who this Uncle Hotep character is.
Give me my goddamn chicken eggs.
So
nigga.
far, Mike Rashid is patting 1,000. I haven't disagreed with nothing he said yet.
Yeah. These mofos don't deserve black women. Simple as that.
What?
I fuck with good people.
Good people. He gave us the Kevin Gates. Good people. I don't see color. I don't see color. You know what? You want to know what would be actually better if we play? I don't see color. You know, I don't see color. You know, I'm a man with good people. Dr. Umar, I don't care what you have to say. It has nothing to do with non-black women.
I beg your pardon.
This is what I don't get. Like, as a black man, you're trying to say black men have no... It all depends on what a black man sleeps with, and that's going to dictate their thoughts and everything else. Like pussy is what's going to dictate what comes out a black man's mouth. Like, come on, man. Like speak for real. Like, maybe it's for some people, but man, come on, man. Like,
Don't forget, Frederick Douglass, before he died, was he married to a white woman or just dating her? But before he died, his last woman was a white woman.
If you look how other races and their relationship with their women, and you look at black Americans and theirs, there's a vastly different dynamic here.
Jabari asked, how many white people does Amazing Lucas have in his lineage? Oh my God.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's like we're putting them on a pedestal. Instead of being equals, we're putting them on a pedestal.
Everybody's all off topic, man. Everybody's all off topic. Mike is talking about one thing and we all off topic.
You know, I just don't get that. You know what I mean? You know, And if you look at others, I'm not going to say the Middle East, but you know what I mean? It's vastly different. It's vastly different. There's that dynamic there. The roles are different. Everything is different. To me, they're all the same, to be honest. You're going to have different, wants and needs from each type of woman. But at the end of the day, they're all the same.
Lawrence said, all black women are not a prize.
Latina for freedom. Yeah, Luke is about to be selling.
Right. Right.
Has nothing to do with black men interacting with non-black women. You can't tell me that.
I beg your pardon.
Oh, there we go. That may be the perfect time. All right, now let's listen to it.
Coming out of Africa, there wasn't a crazy amount of violence like how we experiencing it now. You know what I mean? And I think some of it you can say is because of the nature. I think that's one conversation. But some of it is just because of the way Africa is. Africa is large, so people are spread out on top of each other. Like if you look at especially where they were at in Europe, you know what I'm saying? And the wet climate has something to do with it. Like that cold make motherfuckers vicious.
Yeah. The cold makes people vicious. The Africa climate, you have to understand.
What is with this sound, bro?
Yeah, he's... This is rough.
This Griftception is harder than I thought. God damn.
I concur, sir. I concur.
Steph Colonel said bean pies in the final call.
So... I guess this gentleman here is on the other side. I think Amazing Lucas is missing an opportunity here. This gentleman is actually debating Mike Rashid, and he's on Amazing Lucas' side, and this guy is basically saying because white folks came from a colder climate, they are more vicious. Which I think is a point that Amazing Lucas should try to bring to his side. He's missing things here.
I'm not going to say what one people's more warlike and violent than the other. I think history has been pretty well laid out that there's been a lot of violence across all continents, Africa included. I'm not going to, we wasn't Wakanda and peaceful of everybody, and it just didn't. I don't know.
Let's just move on with the video.
I find it hard to believe.
Let's just move on with the video. Just
I know it's not hard to
press
believe.
play.
It's not true.
Just press play.
But it's like everybody was fighting each other.
Everybody was warring, right? Correct.
As long as man has been on this earth, they getting squabbles with each other. Man, come on, man. It's not all the Europeans' fault. Let's be for real here.
Yeah. Let's continue.
Africa climate is what makes people vicious.
No, that's not what I think he was saying.
See?
Lucas, I think he misheard that.
See?
He was saying the cold in Europe was making them vicious, and we was Africans was peaceful because of space and
see. Heat. This is what happens when you got hate in your blood, and you too triggered. You miss things. You mishear people, and that's what happens with Amazing Lucas here. He completely misheard this gentleman. And this gentleman is on the same side of the argument as Amazing Lucas. This is why you got to be careful. This is why you got to remove emotions from a lot of these things.
Coming out of Africa, there wasn't a crazy amount of violence like how we experiencing it now. You know what I mean? And I think some of it you can say is because of the nature. I think that's one conversation. But some of it is just because of the way Africa is. Africa is large, so people are spread out on top of each other. Like if you look at especially where they were at in Europe, you know what I'm saying? And the wet climate has something to do with it. Like that cold make motherfuckers vicious. Yeah.
The cold makes people vicious. The Africa climate, you have to understand. Africa climate is what makes people vicious.
I heard the message speaking of them being at war for 1,000 years up there with each other.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like I feel like right now, the reason, as far as capable, yeah, you know, because of us going through those years of, you know, whatever you want to call it, there's a genetic thing going on.
There's a genetic thing going on. He just said there's a genetic thing going on. Why do we need white supremacists? I don't even know why we need white supremacists. Why do we need white supremacists when we have black faces like this?
Hey, come on. Like, I mean,
Amazing Luke missed on this.
you got to hear, I don't know, you can't just go off of him just saying a genetic thing going on. What, you have to hear what the rest of he's going to say. You can't just be like, you know, genetics does play a part in how people act and everything else. That's like, you know what I mean? That's
besides the point, huh?
science. You know what I mean? Like,
Amazing Lucas
I don't
ain't
know
listening.
What he didn't finish the sentence. You can't just drag the guy because he says he wants to talk about genetics. Let's talk about genetics.
Amazing Lucas completely missed the mark on this one. I'm a little bit disappointed because I like Amazing Lucas. He missed the mark on this. He missed the mark on this. Completely missed the mark. This gentleman is on the same side of the argument as Amazing Lucas, and Amazing Lucas is painting him as if he's on the other side of the argument. Complete failure to pay attention. Complete failure to listen. Complete failure in comprehension. Oh, man, Lucas, this was easy. That was easy. Maybe it's the music. I'm gonna say it was the music. He played the music, so he could, it just disturbed his attention. I don't know, but he missed on that one. This gentleman, they're debating. This gentleman's on the same side of the argument as Amazing Lucas. He's giving Amazing Lucas ammunition for Amazing Lucas's arguments, and Amazing Lucas completely missed.
Capable because we're like the root of all life. Yeah. So we're the most complete.
Yes, sir. That makes sense.
You know what I mean?
That makes sense. And yeah, I feel like.
See, now this is what I don't like. This is what I don't like. When somebody makes a good point, I'm gonna say, yo, they made a good point. You also have to congratulate people. You also have to say when you agree with people when you do these reactions. Now, Mike said something that Amazing Lucas agreed with, and Amazing Lucas started to nod his head. Why didn't Amazing Lucas pause the video and say, yo, I agree with that point here? Right? You can't paint Mike Rashid as a coon when he just said, or a Sambo, when he just said that the African people, aka black people, whatever you want to call them, had the most complete form of genetics. If that's what Mike Rashid believes, he's on the same side as Amazing Lucas and their black supremacy takes. Their black nationalist takes. But Amazing Lucas misses that. Completely ignores that because it doesn't go along with the title of his video, I guess. I need Amazing Lucas on the channel ASAP.
Right now, the social conditions with us, bro, we are violent. We're fucking violent. How long do we stay?
We're violent.
What's with this guy in this music?
Yeah, this music is the worst.
We're violent. No context to that, but he just said all black people were violent.
I think until we get us up out of it.
But what does that mean, get us out of it?
You heard that you create ghettos, right? Like in the
We create ghettos. Black people created the ghettos.
It's not what the dude just said. That's not what the dude just said. He was relaying third-party information. Amazing Lucas, man, you missing, you know? That's the second big miss right there. I think I count 3.
It seems like his two brothers having a talk. You know, I kind of think he's going with, you know, until we get out of this situation. You know, in the light of PNB Rock getting killed, you know, that's terrible. You know, with the violence thing. No, we're not all violent. But I will say this. Listen, I'll never forget, man. I was working in. I remember I told you I worked at. I was a C.
So instead, asked who in the chat. He said, "Who rules the world at the moment?" Banks.
In Delaware for 3 years, right? Delaware is a small state. The black population of Delaware. Let me just look it up, man.
Now, I'm not going on disagreement day. Tell Amazing Lucas to come holler at me, man. Tell him come on the channel. I'll go on his channel. He can come on my channel. Let's talk.
What percent of Delaware is black? In 2020, it was 9.8%. Wait. 22.2 were black? 22 point in Delaware, 9.8 of the total was Hispanic, 61.1 is white, and 22.2 were black. Okay, so 22%. That's of that seems high. That's the other place that says 12.4%. Delaware's population is just short of 1 million. What percent of Delaware? Wilmington is black. Wilmington has a pretty big black population. It was Wilmington. That's like the big city in Delaware. That's 56.6. Okay. Well, I was going to say, when I went to I'm not from Delaware. I never lived there. Shout out to Nerd. But I went there to work, and it just surprised me, the amount of black people in jail. It was crazy. In Wilmington, but you go outside that, you could probably get closer to 12.4. Maybe it's 20% black.
You see that? That's true. I remember I went to court. It was a small white town. Very small white town. I want to say maybe less than 5 square miles. And it was some sort of traffic violation I had, and driving violation. And when I showed up at court, my jaw dropped, and I was like, "Oh shit, it's all black people in here." But this town that's 5 square miles is all white. So I'm saying to myself, either only black people are driving in this town, or they only pulling over niggas. So you will see that. One of the most racist elements in this country is the police force. That's just facts, especially when you're dealing with New Jersey. One of the most racist factions are police, and New Jersey State Police. New Jersey State Police, man. Hopefully they're not watching this. But I've had friends straight up tell me, we got skinheads. I remember one time I was doing community service down at the county jail. And you do attendance, right? So they do give you attendance, and basically attendance, they check to see if you have any warrants. So if your name gets pops up on the red list, they take you in and you sit in a holding cell. So my name popped up. They were like, "Sharp, yeah, come with us." I'm like, damn. So usually you don't come back from that. Usually you're going to be in the county jail for the weekend. So I go in, I sit in the jail. They cuff me. They bring me in. They sit me in the holding cell, and I'm shitting nervous. And they said, "You got a warrant out of Newark for something unpaid, blah 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 blah." And when they said Newark, I'm like, "Oh, I know what this charge is because I've only had one violation out of Newark." And I knew that was expunged. They got ROR'd. I went to court. My attorney completely destroyed that case. And I walked out of the court, no fees, no nothing. So when I saw it pop up as Newark, I was like, "Oh, I'm good." Still nervous, though, because I'm sitting in a jail cell. And a white cop is like, he looks at me, skinhead, and he goes, "Yeah, you're going to be in here for the weekend." And I looked at him like, damn, you really want me to be in here? It was really odd. And I never had any conversations with him. We never had any back and forth. There was never any animosity. We never argued. It was nothing. And I was just kind of perplexed, wow, you want me to be locked up? And it was kind of strange to me. And when they made that phone call down in Newark, and Newark said, nah, he's good, I know he was salty. So they let me up out, and I went back out, and I started doing my community service. It's wild. It's wild what you'll see in those jails and with police. It's really wild.
It was way more than 20% in the jail. You know what I mean? It was crazy numbers. You know, but I'm going off on a tangent. Let's go back.
Black people created the ghettos. Gotcha.
In the 30s, the ghettos was a place where the Jews were.
You know, that's another thing I don't understand is this ownership of the word ghetto. Like, I was watching, actually I wasn't. My lady was watching some shit on TV, and a black woman got upset. This was in the script. A black woman got upset because a white girl was using the word ghetto. And all I can think about was, well, the term ghetto, last time I checked, and I could be completely wrong, but that predates black culture and has to do with the oppression of people in Germany and the neighborhoods they were forced to live in. So I don't know how ghetto became our word, but we got to let that go.
Right. And it was violence. There was all these things that we're experiencing now.
Was it violence?
It was violence.
Okay.
It was violence. It was the first mafia.
Okay.
That's what Bugsy see.
Oh, Whoa, where I might have to block this. What's going on? What did he say? What did he say?
Uh-oh.
Woo! Niggas was copying, imitating Jewish mafia. That was
Okay. They were copying Jewish mafia. All right.
Oh, man.
violence, crime.
Oh, man.
Hold up, man.
This shit got heavy quick.
I want to comment on that.
Uh-oh. Whew.
I want to comment on that. You heard what he said. Interesting.
Oh, this Griftception got spicy quick.
DJ Iceland says mad interesting.
Let me read a super chat too. At this point, Lucas doesn't surprise me anymore. Shout out to Bogazi. We're talking about a petty guy that actually not just went along, but was fully supported what two black college girls did harassing two white college boys at ASU. I think I know what video you're talking about. Shout out to Bogazi. Chad Lamoni said Unc and Lucas remixing The Devil Came Up to Michigan.
The environments that we've been living in for all of these years. So like right now, it just seems like
We both know people that was in our neighborhoods that were not violent though.
Definitely.
And that came out already.
Definitely. But those are, I won't say anomalies, but they're a lesser percentage than those that were. And that's all. Look, with scientists, they look at numbers and data. Look at the thing was
Scientists look at numbers and data. Oh wow, he's a very intelligent black man.
Stanford prison experience. I'm gonna put you are all students right now. I'm gonna throw y'all in the prison. Half y'all are guards, half y'all are inmates. Shit turned violent quick because of the groupthink mentality.
Yeah.
Like the guards
I get that, but it don't matter. With every sector of life and existence as we know it, the best of the best is always in small numbers. So like a person that grew up in an environment like that.
That's true.
Some of them, the people that are most capable and intelligent and understand how to navigate is not going to be men.
So he's saying he's using white supremacist talking points.
That's a white supremacist talking point? All right, let me hear Mason Lucas out, because I don't know if that's a white supremacist talking point.
That essentially most people that are capable, they'll rise to the top. Where if you don't rise to this top, then you're not really that smart.
I mean, no, that's That's not. Yeah, you're right about that. That's not true. You know what I mean?
What? What? Nigga, what? The most capable people don't rise to the top? What? And Unc agrees with Amazing Lucas? Oh my God. Oh, this is terrible. Oh, I wasn't expecting this in the Griftception.
I don't know if that's a white supremacist talking point.
Yeah, it's not a white supremacist talking point.
I guess he's trying to say white supremacists say that's why niggas can't get out. But I knew plenty of smart, when I was in jail, there was plenty of smart guys in jail. There was some geniuses in jail. You know what I mean? That doesn't, whether you're smart or not, it doesn't dictate, whether you're gonna, what life you're gonna live. What you're gonna do for life and shit.
That's a weak talking point, Unc. That's a weak talking point, Unc. Just because you seen two smart niggas in jail don't mean that the cream don't rise to the top. Creme de la creme. There's always an 80-20. In all species, you're going to have some who rise to the top. There can only be one king. There can only be one male lion ruling the pride. What's another species that we see this with? We even see this with monkeys and gorillas. Where the smartest, most capable rise to the top. You mean to tell me humans are exempt from that rule? Come on, Unc.
That's totally different.
Come on, Unc.
I mean, Kumar, I thought it was a stretch to say that's a white supremacy talking about. I guess in that the way I try to explain it, that's what he's thinking on that. I don't know.
You're not really that smart.
Maybe if them niggas was smart, they wouldn't be in jail, Unc.
This is literally white supremacist talking points. You understand? This is literally white supremacist talking points that they've used, right? He's completely foregoing all historical, as far as historical conditions, right? All of that, and just, hey, you just got to deal with it. If you can't handle it, that means you're not the best. All right. So regardless of what happens, hey, you should lift yourself up by the bootstraps.
Is a reason why Marcus Aurelius was in charge for so long, and there's a reason why other Roman rulers only lasted for a few years, like Caligula. There's a reason why. Caligula only lasted, I think Caligula's reign was less than 10 years. I want to say it was like 5 or 6 or 7. Somebody look up Caligula's reign, drop it in the chat, and tell me how long Caligula was in power, and then tell me how long Marcus Aurelius was general of the Roman army.
He's giving me the lift myself up by the bootstraps talk.
Yeah, what's wrong with that?
Let's continue.
Niggas can't lift themselves up.
It's only going to be a few. That's for them too.
Yeah.
No, it's not for them. It's not for them. Absolutely
What? It's not for them. It's not for white people either?
not. You look at the wealth gap. No, it's not for them whatsoever.
The wealth gap. First of all, the wealth gap is completely bad statistics. Terrible statistics. I can show you that right now. And you know the funny thing is that one of their talking points, especially Tariq Nasheed's talking points. Let's see right here. I just want to make sure we got a date on this. Okay, this is 2018. This is good enough. Let's put this up on the screen. Whoops. Look at this. Look at this, y'all. I want y'all to see this. Most successful ethnic group in the U.S. may surprise you. That's what this says. Why? Why would it surprise us? At an Onyejekwe family get together, you can't throw a stone without hitting someone with a master's degree. Doctors, lawyers, engineers, professors, every family member is highly educated and professionally successful. and many have lucrative side gig to boot. Okay. Today, 61% of Nigerian Americans over the age of 25 hold a graduate degree, compared to 32% for U.S.-born population, according to the Migration Policy Institute. Among Nigerian American professionals, 45% work in education services, and the 2016 American Community Survey found, and many are professors at top universities. Nigerians are entering the medical field in the U.S. at an increased rate, leaving their home country to work in American hospitals where they can earn more and work in better facilities. Now, I'm just trying to find a stat. Where is it? Where is it? Hopefully they included it in this article. I'll tell you what I'm looking for. Single Nigerian men out-earn white men in America. Asian men out-earn Here's another one. It isn't just Asian immigrants who thrive in the U.S. Asians are another group. The cream is going to rise to the top, y'all. It don't matter what color you are. The cream is going to rise to the top. Let me see if we can find something here. Let me see if we can find something. Let's try this. What's this one say? Studies show African Americans in the U.S. do well, despite differences among them. Higher rate of employment. Higher education levels. Man, I had this chart back in the day. I remember seeing this is years ago though. Google be playing around now. They'll Google it like they'll All right. The group that seriously out-earns white men. America's top earners are Asian men. You see that? You see that, right? You see that, right? Then they'll say women consistently make less money than men of their race, but white and Asian women out-earn black and Hispanic men. Huh? Can't find that article. This was years ago. It literally, it was something about single Nigerian men out-earn single white men in America. I give up. Google's gonna play games. Actually, I'll try to search this on Yandex, the Russian search engine, and see what happens. Nigerian single men out-earn. Let's see what happens. This is trying to hook women up with Nigerian men. Me. Yeah. Let me take I'm about to give up. I'm gonna try one more search on Google and see what happens. Okay, Nigerian diasporas in the U.S. list of high-earning immigrants. Yes. Damn, man, don't tell me they astroturfed this shit into oblivion. Then you talk about why Nigerians earning versus white men. Let's see. These workers earn more than white men in America. See right here, it says these workers earn more than white men in America. They talk about the Asians. Let me see. Okay, they don't mention Africans in that one. Even if we go by Asian, it has nothing to do with race. Or I should say very little to do with race. Very, very little to do with race. But he wants to purport. What did he say? I don't want to be Amazing Lucas and misquote him. Let's see what he says again.
Nor has it ever been. Rashid. Nor has it ever been.
Let's bring that back a little bit.
Historical, as far as historical conditions, right? All of that. And just, hey, you just got to deal with it. If you can't handle it, that means you're not the best. All right? So
it's true.
Regardless of what happens, hey, you should lift yourself up by the bootstraps.
You can see it in sports. There's gonna be one guy who dominates, and then there's the rest. Like if let's look at the NFL. There's like a handful of elite quarterbacks, and then it's the rest of the pack. Amazing Lucas, I'm sure he's aware of sports. He's a guy that works out. You're gonna see the same thing in weightlifting. There's the top 5%, and then there's everybody else. There's a huge gap between them and the next person. You can see it with NFL quarterbacks. You got the top percent, and then there's a huge gap before you get to the next guy. And it's like, you can pick any one of these guys, and you pretty much, gambling at how well your team will do. But you got your top elites, and that's that. This is just nature.
He's giving me the lift myself up by the bootstraps talk. Let's continue.
It's only going to be a few. That's for them too. Yeah.
No, it's not for them. It's not for them.
White people are exempt from this rule?
Absolutely not. If you look at the wealth gap, no, it's not for them whatsoever. Nor has it ever been. Rashid. Nor has it ever been Mike Rashid. You don't know anything about your history. I don't even know what your history is. I don't know if you're ADOS or if you're actually a foreigner.
So he on the ADOS train. I don't do the whole FBA ADOS stuff. Me and Uncle Hotep, we joke around and use that term sometimes, and I don't do the whole divisive thing. I think that's it's counterproductive. It's counterproductive if you're a black person and you're like, hey, you're all for the black plight, black nationalism, and black this and black that, like Amazing Lucas. The last thing you wanted to do is divide yourselves from the people in Haiti, Jamaica, Dominica, or the African nations. It's the last thing you want to do. You might want to get some more people on your side because you're getting your ass kicked by the white man, allegedly.
White, without a doubt. You know what I'm saying? I agree with that. So, yeah, there's social things that happen, but so what?
There are social things that happen, but so what? I ask of you, why do we need white supremacists? Why do we need white supremacists?
I mean, but at the end of the day, yeah, there's social things that happen. We still have to overcome that. And he's right about that, but so what? You still got to make it. You can't use that as an excuse. You can't be like, man, we had it hard back in the day. They got this wealth gap on us. We gonna quit? You just gonna stop? You just gonna hang it up?
Talk your shit.
Problem.
Talk your shit, Unc.
Okay, so what?
Now you making
like
sense.
Saying, underdogs do win, right? Underdogs win occasionally. That's what succeeding as a black man or black woman in America is sweet. It's like
Lauren is tripping in the chat.
Validate your greatness, because most likely you had extra hurdles to jump over.
For what reason? I don't even understand why we have white nationalists. Why? Why? Like, on a serious note, why? You've done the damage. Congratulations. You guys win.
Oh shit, my bad. My bad, y'all. I forgot to put it back on the screen. I'm sorry, y'all. Chad sent me a text message and let me know. I'm sorry.
You guys win. You have infiltrated black communities. You have infiltrated black America with this poison, this toxin. Right? Congratulations. It's now self-sustaining at this point. It's now self-sustaining at this point. I don't even know why we even have, why would you even be the KKK? Why would we even have KKK? For what reason? Why would we even have a great replacement theory? Do you think He's is going to retaliate? Do you think he's going to retaliate? Is that what you think? They have been fully...
Mike Rashid has actually retaliated against racist people before. In real life. Walked up on them and challenged them. So...
Rated, where they have lost all idea of concept of self. They've lost all idea of concept of group. Group economics, what Dr. Claude Anderson says, he doesn't know anything about that. He probably considers...
You should see what Curtis Schoon has to say about Dr. Claude Anderson.
Probably racist.
So I ask you this question. What does it have to do with you? If you were smart, you were capable, you were formidable, right? And you had enough benevolence in you to like, nah, I'm not going that way.
You had enough benevolence in you to say, you're not going that way. Yes, that's why. That's right, Mike Rashid. That's why. Because benevolence, that's the reason why, you know, the majority of America's wealth population is very much, has to do with one group of people. You're absolutely correct. It's benevolence. That's what gets you...
Asian? Is that what he's talking about?
Exactly. Tell him,
Is that what he's talking about?
Asian.
All right. Jabari, I gotta read the super chats.
Them Asians.
At Steph Colonel, Lucas is conflating Mike Rashid with Officer Tatum. Jabari, if Trump had won, Lucas would be working for Fox Nation right now. He's a real grifter of the past 2 years. Christopher Baker, I call him limp-wristed Lucas. He did a complete 180 after Biden was installed. I used to like his videos, but I just can't now.
I got a super chat on my own. AD, thank you. He said, if you control for age and geography, the wage gap closes between men and white earners, according to Professor Wilfred Riley. Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, there's so many different ways that if you start really looking at the data and the statistics, especially when you look at geography, like you brought up geography. I remember studying Soul's work, and Soul's work says that at one point, blacks in the North were out earning whites in the South. This was, you know, back yonder, back in the day when, you know, white man was evil and all of that.
Cold summer. I'm waiting for Lucas to join the Black Hebrew Israelites at this point.
As a former black nationalist, I gotta say, this ain't it, Lucas. This ain't it.
Jabari, Dollar Store Tariq Nasheed is Lucas's new name.
This is a sick Negro.
Wow. No notification, YouTuber's a hater. Hey, Darius, you know how it is. You know, they keep a real one down. But thanks for finding me. Everybody hit that, 66 in the room, man. Hit that like button, hit that thumbs up. Appreciate it. Let's continue. What the hell's going on?
Further as far as business. You're absolutely right. In the history of this country, it's benevolence why we have the United States. Absolutely. What am I thinking? I'm going to keep it a buck. You should pray that there's no race war because we would lose. Because if it wasn't for those who are like, I don't want to have anything to do with it, man. I don't want to have anything to do with it. Take that and then add in as far as the Sambos out there
First of all, with this race war rhetoric,
Yeah, thank you,
like,
Mark.
everybody loses in a race war.
Yeah.
If a race war is ever to come, best believe the elites engineered it.
Yep.
Like, I don't even know why we're talking having this type of discussion. Like, we're not going to have one. If we do have one, it's going to be bad news for everybody.
Yep.
It's going to be real bad.
And this whole idea that we gonna lose the race war, I don't know if I could agree with that. And I'm gonna say it like this. Because people like me won't be fighting the race war. People like Amazing Lucas won't be fighting the race war. People like Mike Rashid, Uncle Hotep won't be fighting the race war. You know who's gonna be fighting this race war? Gangs. Because they're already fighting wars. When we had wars between nations in the past, did your everyday average citizen fight in the war? Or did the armies fight in the war? Did the clans fight in the war? You see what I'm saying? So it's going to be a skirmish between militias, coalitions, Bloods, Crips, and the rest of the gangs, if there was one. I ain't fighting no goddamn war, and the white people around me ain't fighting it either. We're going to be cooking out watching that shit on Twitter. I'm going to be reacting to it on YouTube. Like, look at these fools. That's what the race war is going to look like. We're going to be commenting about it. I'm going to be here with Chad laughing about it. I'm going to be sitting with Chad on YouTube reacting to videos of the race war. This imaginary race war.
You know, like, it's not even that bad. Like, if you take Black Americans' history in the United States, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you compare it to year 2022.
Yeah.
Like, wouldn't most of us say this is the best Black Americans have, you know, as far as socially, chance to advance, chance to make money? Don't you think this was the best chance Black Americans have? Right?
It's debatable. I get what Uncle's saying here. It's debatable. I'm saying that because there's more communism now than there ever has been. I'm saying that because at one point we had, the Black Wall Streets, where we were, I believe somebody said Black Wall Street was circulating their own currency. I find things like that to be way more powerful than a lot of things that many different people did across the globe. So I think there's a debate there, but I like Uncle Hotep's point. Now is a great time. Because of the internet, now is a great time to get this shmoney.
But now you're talking rhetoric of race war? Like I said, race war, everyone will lose. Like, I don't know what you're talking about. We would lose with people like this. Everybody's going to lose anyway. The only people that are going to win are the elites. Every war, all wars are bankers' wars.
I got to give him one for that. Facts. Facts.
We would lose. Very much so. So that's the last thing you would want. That's the last thing you would want. Let's continue on.
I'm not doing it. That's strength.
It is.
Strength.
No, it is.
And you made your good decisions, and you got your family and everything situated. You're a successful person. People, powerful, rich people, trust their lives with you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Powerful, rich people trust their lives with you. He has the good dog syndrome. Remember?
Yeah, the comment was a little weird, but
This is a sick league.
Let me play
Very
that
much
back.
so.
Let me play that back.
So that's the last thing you would want. That's the last thing you would want. Let's continue on.
I'm I'm not doing it. That's strength.
It is.
Strength.
No, it is.
And you made your good decisions, and you got your family and everything situated. You're a successful person. People, powerful, rich people, trust their lives with you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Powerful, rich people trust their lives with you.
This is true. This is true. Powerful, rich people trust their lives with me. Alex Jones trusted me. Brought me into his world. Brought me into private dinners where I can't say the names of the people who were sitting at that table. Powerful, rich people put me on Fox News and trusted me. Trusted me with their show and their brand. Shout out to Greg Gutfeld. I get what Mike is saying there. If you don't get it, maybe you ain't ever been next to powerful and rich people. I'm just waiting for the black powerful and rich people to fuck with me. I've only had two. One of them was 50 Cent. Saved my life. Powerful, rich people trusted me with his brand. I get what Mike is saying there.
He has the good dog syndrome. Remember?
That's not good dog syndrome. That's called power. It's called the power pyramid, bro. It's called the power pyramid. And people who don't have power complain about those who do.
Yeah, the comment was a little weird, but
This is a sick Negro.
When I was talking about the good dog syndrome, powerful rich people trust their lives with you. He believes some powerful rich non-black person trusts his life with him.
Somebody in the chat said the other was Oprah. No, the other was Chris Lighty. R.I.P. Chris Lighty. Chris Lighty trusted me. Chris Lighty gave me my big break. He gave me my first big break. Shout out to Chris Lighty. Chris Lighty gave me my first big break. A black man, a powerful, rich black man gave me my first big break. Changed my life. Chris Lighty. Black man. R.I.P. Chris Lighty.
He has the good dog syndrome.
Shout out to Combat Jack. Combat Jack was another powerful, rich black man. R.I.P. Combat Jack gave me a tremendous start after Chris Lighty. Introduced me to Just Blaze and a whole bunch of other wonderful people.
Oh, you're a good boy. You're just one of the family. Do you understand? Crazy, because he thinks he's an exceptional Negro. Let's continue on.
Mike Rashid is a millionaire, a successful black man, and he is exceptional. Proof is in the pudding. He's working out right now at Equinox. How many people can afford a membership at Equinox? Some of us couldn't afford 1 month at Equinox, let alone a year.
A little bit longer, just a little bit longer.
That says a lot, bro. I think that, for me, one,
The character.
I was blessed to really have.
That says a lot about your character, right? They believe the exceptional Negro. Well, if the powerful white man, if he'll trust me with his life, I mean that means I'm one of the good ones. I'm an exceptional one. Okay, that says a lot about who I am.
I'm the same person.
Yeah.
I've done a lot of things. And I've done some bad things.
Yeah.
But I never went too far.
Yeah.
I always knew, like, damn, that's gonna be different.
Yeah, that's
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Come on, son.
We can't really measure, period, until people are on the same playing field. When young black men and young black women are having the same experiences as young white men and young white women, I think then you can look at it and say, okay, who's a more violent group? Who's more prone to violence? Young
We
black
already know, though. I can tell you that number. I looked it up. Come on.
How can you look?
Oh my God, he about to give us a 1350. Is this man from the States? He said, we already know though. I can tell you that number. I looked it up. Is he about to give us 1350? Is this really what I'm hearing right now? In front of his son? In front of his son? Please, God. Please, Lord. Please don't let him say some stupid stuff. Please don't let him. Please, Lord. Please. I can already tell you that number. I looked it up. What number did you look up, Rashid? What number did you look up exactly?
Look it up if it's not in existence yet.
It is in existence because
We're on the same playing field?
we're all on the same playing field.
We're all on the same playing field. Rashid, reach out to me, bruh. I'm reaching out to you. I'm gonna make this video definitely live. I definitely have to publish this video. Rashid, reach out to me, bruh. Cause you talking like a full Sambo. Now, if you want to be a Sambo, you got yourself a white woman and some property, okay? And you got a little few Sambo kids, then I don't have a problem, bruh. But if you would like to know the error of your ways, pimpin', and to stop this foolishness, please, bruh, let's have some dialogue, bruh. You can come on the panel with the rest of us, bruh. You can come on the panel with the rest of us. We have to fight white supremacists, white nationalists, and racists, okay, anti-black racism on externally. Now, in addition to that, we have to fight it internally. It's just too much.
We don't. I mean, black people in the chat, y'all gotta fight. Y'all gotta go outside and fight white supremacy. Like today, did you fight white supremacy today?
No, I did not. I fought sleep.
From my vantage point, white folks got a foot on their neck too. You know what I mean? So I don't know what
Yes, they do.
We don't have nobody to fight but ourselves.
Facts.
We have nobody to fight but ourselves.
Facts. Now you talking sense, Unc.
The biggest challenge Black American has is ourselves.
Yeah.
The only thing stopping Black Americans from doing whatever they want to do is themselves.
And communism.
That's it. Themselves.
Mm-hmm.
We have all the tools. We have all the knowledge. We have all the mental fortitude to do whatever we want to do. It's up to us. No one can stop us. There isn't no KKK, no white supremacists, blah, blah, blah. No. I'm sorry. Steph Colonel says, tell HJ set up a Lucas and Rashid debate.
I want to. I want to.
You know what I mean? That's how I see it.
Amazing Lucas, hit me up, man. Let's get the debate popping, man. I called Mike.
Between white supremacists.
We can set it up.
Them jokers was walking around with tiki torches. Set up by the feds. These jokers were getting set up by the alphabet boys to try to fake kidnap the governor of Michigan.
Yeah.
These jokers are getting set up by the Fed boys to be part of Patriot Front and get some khakis and some white shirts and walk down the street, and that's how they're gonna save white America. But yeah, you're supposed to be afraid of these people. Man, listen.
Too much, bruh. It's just too much. Are you ready? You ready to hear how we're both on the same?
Yo, my guy in the chat said, I just put a BLM sign on my yard. That's it. That's how he's fighting white supremacy.
Equal playing field. Let's hear why. Cue the music.
Okay, this is a fact, bro. There's no law. This is not like.
No, please don't tell me there's no law. He's not gonna go the law route, is he? He's not gonna go the law route. Look, black people, you have the 14th, 13th, and 14th, and 15th Amendment. What are you complaining about? What are you complaining about? There's no law on the books that says, black people have to be slaves or anything like that. There's no law as far as discriminating against black people. What are you talking about?
Post-slavery, you got black code.
Yeah.
We're not on the same playing field.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? All the way up until recently.
Yeah.
So now, unless somebody can show me a law saying black people can't go to Ivy League schools, black people are not allowed to make millions of dollars a month. Black people.
Here we go. He gave us.
I mean, please don't go to Ivy League schools. Please. If you're going to go get brainwashed, don't go to the top brainwashing school in America. Don't go to the top brainwashing schools in America. Please don't. I mean, unless you're going for networking reasons, but come on, man. Like, I don't know. Jesus Lord. This reception is crazy. War damn Atlanta. Why is it so hard for us to disagree with an idea without calling each other?
I don't know. I want my kids to go to Ivy League. I don't want to pay for it. But if they get that scholarship and they had an option between some other school and Ivy League, I'll probably pick the most conservative Ivy League. Maybe one. What's that economics university out in Chicago? That Saul went to. That one's pretty balanced. I'd love to send my kids to Yale, Princeton, or Harvard. Are you serious? I'd love to. Let them send the greatest white man's institution in America. The difference is, my kids are very well trained, so I'm not worried about them being brainwashed.
Sambos, Lucas, the ignorant. That's what I'm.
Thank you.
It's one thing calling each other in jest, me and Hotep Jesus go back and forth calling each other, I know he's the big coon. I mean, like he
I'm the big coon.
Them island niggas coon, but
oh, here he go.
It's all a jest, you know what I mean? He's done some real great things in life. He's really accomplished a lot,
Thank you.
It should be a model for a lot of people to follow.
Thank you.
But I'm still gonna call him out on some of this shit. But I don't know. I wouldn't call him a Sambo. Bo Nakazi, right? Side story: during Lucas' live stream of the Rittenhouse trial, people were telling Lucas about California being a terrible place to live, and Lucas has the gall to say, "People come to California to live, not to die."
What?
That's weird.
Joe Music, 931, said Mason Lucas comes off as the type of dude that wakes up and has to tell himself every morning he's black. Oh, man. Jabari Judah, when are we getting our super chat grifter category, HJ? I better beat Mateo or I'm calling Tel Aviv. Chad Lemoyne said Don DeMarcoception. Oh, man, for real.
Don DeMarco. I don't know California, bro. A lot of people are leaving. A lot of people are going to Texas and all that. You know what I'm saying? But all right, let's continue.
He gave us the talking point that I said he was going to give us. He gave us the talking point that I told you he was going to give us. This man is lost. And he's so far gone.
There is no law that says black people can't get money in America. There is no law. I don't know. I agree with Mike once again.
That any correction, I don't think it can be done.
Not allowed, whatever. Yeah. We're on the same playing field. Now, is our streets more rough and fucked up? Yep. Yeah.
Why is that? Why is that, Mike Rashid? Can you tell us why that is?
He just made a good point, Lucas.
That's an advantage. Yeah. We had to.
Bro, you about to make me do a jig, bro? Just. I'm doing the Mike Rashid jig. Hold up, where'd the music go? He said that's an advantage. That our streets and our communities are more fucked up.
Amazing Lucas is a performer, an amazing performer.
How you doing?
It is, though. If you can make it to the same playing field as everybody else, say you got, you work in, whatever, big company, whatever, and your home was a little rough or something like that. Like, a lot of these guys, the majority of the people that are in these, these offices and companies, they never had,
Any struggle.
alcoholic parents or drug addicted parents.
I want y'all to look up how which Rothschild was it? The father Rothschild, one of the fathers of the Rothschild. Keep in mind, he had a great fortune. Yo, this dude made his son wear girls' clothes because he refused to buy him clothes. He wanted his son to learn how to earn. You want to know why these Rothschilds are so strong? Because their fathers do not pamper them. I know this rich white boy. Rich. His dad was a millionaire, and he came on he was talking to me. Came on the interview or the discussion. And this white dude said, my dad wouldn't give me a dime. When I turned 18, my dad said, figure it out. And that white boy is now a millionaire. His dad wouldn't help him. There's a lot of rich white folks that understand that power comes from struggle. I'm like that. I grew up in an affluent household. When my parents moved, they didn't support me. I had to figure it out. I struggled. I struggled so bad because I was pampered so much as a child. I struggled when I became an adult. I had to figure it out, and I had no idea because everything had been given to me my whole life. So for several years, I struggled. I struggled so bad that I dropped down to 120 pounds. This is how bad I struggled. So I had to dig myself up out the mud. Now, were there times when my parents helped out a little bit here, a little bit there? Yeah. Yeah. But they didn't support me. I had to figure it out. Struggle makes you stronger, people. Struggle makes you stronger. And as someone who works out, Amazing Lucas, you should know. Without struggle, you don't get muscle. Without struggle, you don't get muscle.
They never had, domestic violence in the home or anything like that. They never had to put the kerosene heater on. You know what I mean? That's what he's trying to say. At the end of the day, yeah, it is an advantage. You got to get there, though. You get the same, because you know what? Because when the pressure's on, you're going to handle pressure differently.
Facts.
What's this deadline? When you was at home, ribs was touching. What's this deadline?
Mm-hmm.
When you was coming home and your dad was beating your mom with a baseball bat. What is a deadline? You already face far more pressure than that deadline will ever give you.
Facts.
That's what he's trying to say.
Yep.
I lift weights. I got no brain. I'm big for nothing.
Dig like a motherfucker to get out of the deficit, just to get where everybody else is at. Just start there, right?
Yeah, facts.
But how strong did that make you? You got out of that deficit.
Yeah.
It made me stronger.
Yeah.
Okay, so Mike Rashid, listen, Mike.
There's a reason why you'll see a lot of rags to riches stories. In fact, if you look at millionaires, many of the millionaires, I don't know what percentages, you guys can go look it up, but many millionaires came from the mud. They got it out the mud. A bunch of them. We can go to people like Jay-Z. Got it out the mud. 50 Cent got it out the mud. Conscious decision to make something of themselves, to become successful. A lot of white millionaires came from the mud. And then when you look at, especially millennials, or you look at there's articles floating around online where, kids who've been taken care of are earning less than their previous generation, earning less than their parents. Let's see if we can find that. God damn it. Right here. What's this one say? Right here. Let's look at it. There's an article here from Business Insider. This one says millennials make more money than any other generation did at their age, but are way less wealthy. The affordability crisis is to blame. So that's one article. Here's another article that says millennials earn 20% less than baby boomers did, despite being better educated. There's an article here. 68% of millennials earn more than their parents, but boomers had it better. Another article here. Many millennials are worse off than their parents. A first in American history. All right. The stories of this phenomenon happening. Why? Got it too easy. With technology, et cetera, it made living in America really comfortable. And you know what they say. Hard times make strong men, et cetera, right?
Simple, steroid juiced up, goodness gracious.
Jabari Judah says 67% of billionaires grew up poor. Right, because they had to figure out something that nobody else had to figure it out. Shout out Jabari Judah with the statistics. 67% of billionaires grew up poor. Mike Rashid is speaking pure common sense here.
Simple individual. Listen, that would be cool, Rashid, if that was a representation of the majority of black Americans. It's not. That would be cool if that was a representation of the majority. It's not. And by you, as far as framing it, that, hey, guess what? Only the best survive is giving the concept of the exceptional Negro. Well, you the good one. You the one that work hard and lift yourself up by the bootstrap, while completely ignoring the problem of the majority. So you're so ego-driven that you want to give yourself a pat on the back. Look at what I done did. Okay, got me a white woman, you go some children and some property. Why can't you do it? That you're completely demeaning and belittling the vast majority of black Americans. Do you think the vast majority of black Americans are just lazy? Is that what you think, Mike Rashid? Do you think that they just don't work hard? Is that what you think? You think you are that exceptional Negro? Is that what you believe? Or do you think that you may have an oversimplification of the problem that is stemming in this country in regards to the...
I mean, I kind of think he believes that, if he can do it, y'all can do it. Anyone can do it. Like, I don't think I think he wants to be used as an example. You know what I mean? If somebody can see Mike Rashid do it, they're like, hey, man, I can do it too. I don't think anything's wrong with that. Is that going to work for a lot of people? Like what Amazing has said? No. Some people ain't built like that. You know what I mean? And I don't think he's trying to infer that, niggas is lazy or anything like that. He's trying to say you got to use, the environment that you grew up in to your advantage. You got to use it to your advantage. That's what I take from what Mike was saying right there.
Its relationship with black America and the United States.
And I keep going, right? Bro, in 2009, I lost everything I had. Was homeless. 2010, 11. In 2012, I'm back on my way to be a millionaire. 14, I'm a millionaire. But what? Like, no education.
No, but look, Mike.
Legal. No education.
Yeah.
He's boasting. He's boasting that he has no education. Mike Rashid, I know you have no education. Everyone around you knows that you have no education. Because what you say is so ahistorical, so ignorant, so stemming from a point of self-inferiority, or that it's mind-blowing. You don't have to tell me that you have no education. Who brags about having no education? That's not a benefit, you simpleton. That's not a plus. That's not an added advantage. I got what I am, no education, okay? I got the money, I got the white woman, I got the property, I did it with no education. That's not a benefit, stupid. That's not something to be bragged about. Instead of seeing the
I mean, on the other hand, you can make it in America without an education. That's what you really should take from that.
Right.
I'll never forget. One of my dad was a big CB. I hate, like, I guess I just couldn't take him from experiences, my life experience, my dad and stuff like that. I remember my dad, he did CB radios for guys all across the country. He makes CB radios for people. And one of his buddies that bought CB stuff from him, like, was, he built houses, made plenty of money, right? And I guess he sent my dad a check or something like that. My dad was like, look at this writing and this spelling of words and stuff like that. Like, he spelled road like R-A-A-O-D, right? He like butchered the word road. But you know what that tells me? You don't gotta be a genius to build houses. If you don't gotta be a genius to build a house, you don't gotta be a genius to make it in America. Hard work and hustle can beat intelligence a lot of times. You know what I'm saying? You gotta work. You gotta grind. Like he's saying, like, he did all this without an education. I'm not sure if he was bragging about that point or not. Does he have a slash in his eyebrow? You never got the third eye. Wait, what? Oh my God, what was it?
Third Eye Jedi.
Jabari, wait, is Jabari still in the chat?
Third Eye Jedi.
What was that rap bar?
Oh.
Third cut in the eyebrow trying to wild out?
3 cuts in the eyebrow trying to wild out. I hope y'all gracefully bow out. That's a Jay-Z line. I think that was a jab at
problem
Nas.
with you not receiving an education and the systemic problems surrounding that, you dismiss it and have somehow
Systemic ain't even in my vocabulary. I don't know why people use that word.
gotten the Stockholm syndrome of seeing it as an advantage.
Stockholm syndrome.
You know what? The bullets and the gang-ridden community, that's an advantage. That's a win. Okay. Me not going to school, okay? That's a win. Okay, you have to think differently, okay? You got to think lift yourself up by the bootstraps, okay? You have to understand. We know he would be in the house, bruh. We know he would be in the house. Now y'all listen now. If y'all work real hard, you can be in the house just like with me, okay? Okay? If you work real hard, you see I work hard. I pick more cotton than all y'all. That's why I'm in the house right now. I don't know how much more. A few minutes more, we're going to end this. Because I can't hear. There's only so much I can take of this. Cue the music.
Yeah, and coming from a deficit, passing up people with college degrees, making $100,000 a year. I walk past these people, bro. Look, all right, you have to.
Now he sees himself as an exceptional Negro. Not understanding that, hey, that should never have been the case to begin with, stupid.
Done this, Mike. How many people don't make it back from that '09 period? How many people make decisions in that period? No,
That's their fault. Watch what he's gonna take. That's their fault. They made the wrong decision.
I think that's where it does matter because it's like you're
Some don't.
But say you catch something. Look, how many good dudes you know doing life in prison?
Personally, nah. I'm being honest. I
Yeah.
don't know any good dudes who like prison.
What's that, a quarter?
A plate.
Oh, you ain't playing.
All this muscle and no brain. He is a walking manifestation of a white supremacist talking point. This is why you guys were enslaved, right? This is why you guys were in slavery. You guys had all this physical attributes, right? That we just utilized to our benefit. That's all. Your physical superiority, and we'll admit, yeah, you do have more muscle, more testosterone. We just used it to our benefit, for the benefit of all of us. So you should be thanking us, actually. Because if not, what would you guys been doing?
Also, we'll have the chops to one day in his life teach people, and he knows how to lead people and guide people how to navigate out of that.
That's true. That's true. But let me, all right. Do you ascribe to the thought that the social conditions, don't even go far back in slavery. I'm talking about as recent as redlining and housing and cutting off the wealth and all that. Do you believe they're intentional?
That was intentional.
It was intentional. So I think that the minds that did that,
There we go. Come on.
they were wise. You know what I mean? And I think the intentions
No,
behind
they weren't wise. I'm gonna tell you.
Okay.
They did not calculate karma.
He said, the minds that created redlining, Jim Crow laws and everything, they weren't wise because they didn't calculate karma. Excuse me.
No. I mean, I gotta fight you. Let me tell you. They didn't. Because the karma's so deep. That karma, what about the slavery? What about it's a lot of karma.
All of it is compounding.
Yeah, but so if you in that situation, look, it's just like this. It's like Macy's, the great-great-grandchild of the nigga. Oh, I know this was started with slave money. Do I get the money back or do I perpetuate the cycle?
Keep going. Keep going. I'm gonna guess that Mike Rashid is probably anti-reparations.
I keep going.
It depends on who you ask.
But that's the mentality of these same redliners. It's like, okay, but we trillions up from our bad work.
But we gotta do this though. We have to acknowledge that people that look like us are just as bad.
That's facts. That's facts.
People like us are just what?
People that look like us are just as bad.
Wait,
acknowledge that people that look like us are just as bad.
That's facts.
Wait,
facts.
people like us are just as bad?
We have to acknowledge that people that look like us are just as bad.
The sample levels are off the charts. The sample levels are off the charts. Jesus. Dr. Umar, we need help.
All right. I'm gonna end it there.
Uncle Jesse came in here as an Amazing Lucas fan, and now he's made a complete 180. He's like, wait, hold on. Surprise.
I hate that we're still talking about white supremacy in year 2022. In a country where big business, we're talking about white supremacy instead of talking about big business. Instead of talking about Chamber of Commerce. If this was a white supremacist nation, I said this before. A white supremacist nation, they can't stop migration into their country to make them even smaller a demographic. If you are a white supremacist, what the first thing you do? Stop this illegal immigration or legal immigration. Not even trying. Can't. Big business needs their employees. If anything that should be showing us right now, with the Biden presidency is how these big corps run America. More so than the U.S. government. And they get to hide behind each other. They're saying, oh, big business doing that, or saying the government is doing that. They flip-flopping. But we're still walking around talking about, white supremacy and all this stuff, man. Like, where? Richard Spencer? Nick Fuentes? I don't know. Like I said, we need to come together, and acknowledge our differences. It's okay to think differently. It's okay to have different objectives, and you know what I mean. But the only person that can stop us is us. Facts. In my opinion.
Facts. Anyway,
I think I read that. Yeah, I read that Bo Raz Castle. Anyway, I'm out of here. Thanks for this Griftception. I appreciate y'all coming through. Thank you. This was the first one that it took a while because you got to comment on both people's commentary, but I thought it was cool. Make sure y'all at Hotep Jesus and make him do his Griftception on it. And
my Griftception is done, Unc. Oh man, this was rough. I didn't expect the first Griftception to be this rough, people. I just didn't expect it. This was, at certain points, it was just hard to get through. I was hoping there was more substance, more arguments, etc., etc. Lauren Elise, what up, girl? How you doing, babe? She says, Lucas doesn't think education counts unless you pay the white man for it. Taylor Madden, my handler, has summoned me to a meeting. We got a 1 p.m. meeting. Speaking of Griftception, for the Grifties, we're meeting with Tim Pool's people at 1 p.m. Eastern today to make the Grifties bigger, better, and badder. But man, this Griftception was tough, man. This is a series that Uncle Hotep and I are gonna do where he reacts to somebody reacting to something else, and I'm gonna react to Uncle Hotep reacting to them reacting to something. This is the Griftception. And man, oh my God. What are my final thoughts here? Number one, I want to speak to Lucas. I want to speak to him. I want to have a talk with him. Hopefully public. If it has to be private, then, it's private. But hopefully we can have a public conversation. I'd love to host a debate between him and Mike Rashid and let them find some common ground. I think they have more common ground than Amazing Lucas might believe. I want to know what Amazing Lucas is thinking about this whole ADOS, FBA stuff. Why he's so, what do you call it? Black nationalist. What made this come about? Because I just don't think this is the way. I don't think this whole it's too divisive. It's skipping who the real enemy is, who the bigger problem is, who the enemy has been for centuries. It's the money men. It's just terrible. Anyway, I'm out of here. Y'all be well. And till the next time, I love y'all. Hotep and build.
You hear a lot of people say this, and I totally agree with it. They say fail fast, and it's so true. But it also ties into the procrastination conversation. What is procrastination? Procrastination is nothing more than the delay of the gifts that God is ready to present us with. And we're saying, no, we're not ready for those. How about tomorrow? Because when you're on your path, you're doing what you need to do, you tend to be in alignment and the gifts come abundantly. So that's why sometimes we say, hey, fail fast, because if you started the project last Monday, you would have found out that the piece that is missing takes a week to come in the mail, and now your whole project's been pushed back a week, you can't even start. But if you started on Monday, you knew, oh, I'm missing this piece, so it'll be here next Monday, and now you can begin working on your project. Fail fast ties into procrastination very quickly. Also, you have a lot of people that are afraid to fail. They're afraid to make mistakes. But you have to make mistakes. You have to fail. That's the only way you learn. That's the only way you gain experience. So I want people to fail. I want people to mess up. Don't be afraid of messing up. A lot of people want perfection straight out the gate. You know, you start a podcast or a show, and the first one, they want it to be perfect straight out the gate. That's not possible. Just go. Done is better than perfect. Fail fast.